lots of natural hair videos lately after I changed my channel name, but it's still relevant because, yes, I'm still doing more than natural hair. So I left you with blow dried hair. And last night, what I went and did was like search and destroy because remember I said all my ends were feeling all crunchy and stuff. Part of it was probably due to the amount of single strand knots that I found yesterday. There were so many, so annoying. I need that to stop, but it will stop in Jesus' name. So I did search and destroy and also did some flat twists. So it's already kind of in sections. I'm going to use these sections to straighten from. And let me get out a couple more clips. Today I'm straightening with Halima. Obviously got some buildup in there because it's like smoking. I think it would be a good idea really to wear a face mask, you know, all those leftover COVID masks you might have hiding somewhere. I think a good use of that would be to wear if your products smoke like this or if your tools smoke like this, because you really don't want that stuff in your nose. And another thing that I think would be beneficial is wearing some kind of earplugs when you're blow drying your hair, because I noticed that blow dryers can make this high pitched like sound while you're using them. And so it would be beneficial to protect your ears from all that high pitched noise that's like sometimes it's right by your ears when you're blow drying your hair. So I'm gonna start. You can see those sections are about maybe 2-inch or so sections. And this thing does make your hair super hot when you're using it. I have it on 390 for this, and I haven't used it for a while. So let's see. I think I need it on my left hand maybe. This glove. And what I was saying about the Tymo is I think it does emit ions, which I really don't think that that's good long term. Like it might be nice for our hair, but it's like, what is it doing to the rest of our body? So that's something to consider. Got my faithful brush that I fixed here. And usually I think I go this way, but I was thinking that I'm gonna try to go under. So I'm gonna give that a try. And I was surprised when I found this. Okay, so that wasn't quite enough tension, but you can see it's already getting the job done. When I found this, I was surprised how well it works in natural hair. And the fact that it can get so close to the roots, and if you do it right, you don't have to get burned. It is possible to get burned, but there is enough grace with how this is made that you don't have to burn yourself if you're careful on your scalp. So I do like the tool. It's a very nice tool, but it's the health, like long-term health, that's more important than that. But like I said, I don't use it all the time. I mean, if you've been following my videos, the last time I had my hair straightened was when I was in Colorado. And that was at a hair school that I went to. And I had them trim my ends, and that's how most of the time I've had my ends trimmed is with unstraight hair. So it's like I was saying yesterday, if you feel like, oh, I'm so tired of being your, honestly, Our natural hair is who we are. Relaxed is not who we are. It's like, I'm so tired of being myself. Or if you're tired of your natural hair, sometimes it gets to be a lot of work and things like that. But I feel some roots. That's why I'm going back in. Um, just give yourself a nice straightening session where your hair's straight for a while. And there's a couple benefits, or maybe a few benefits to it. It gives you a change. It lets you see your progress, which is nice because when your hair is curly, if it's like mine, you can't really tell as much how much progress you have. And also, if you need to do any trimming, it puts it in condition to trim more easily. And then when you get done, you don't have to go cut your hair off because you miss your texture. You can just wet it and moisturize and condition it and stuff. And if you properly cared for it before you went in and straightened it, then you should get your natural curls back. So don't straighten it all the time, and don't neglect like the process of protecting your hair while you're doing it. Like, I'd rather my hair be more weighed down and healthy when I'm done with it being straight than for it to um, always have like the motion and be unhealthy by the time I'm done with it being straight and not be able to, get my curl pattern. I want my curl pattern back because it's not fun when like you're trying to have your hair look uniform and you've got like parts of it straight, parts of it curly because it's damaged. And if you think it's damaged, when you first wash it, just give it time. Maybe it's not quite as damaged as you think it is. Like, treat it, deep condition it, hot oil, whatever you need to do. I forgot to put my glove back on. It's not natural for me. But just give it time and hopefully it will go back, But it's most important to prevent. It's important to prevent damage. So what's in my hair, giving it a nice shine is that shea butter mixture that I made, as well as, the other things when I first washed it. But what I ended with is that shea butter mixture that I made. And it coats my hair, so I didn't use any other like serum or whatever. It has a nice thick coating, so I'm expecting it to do its job and take care of protecting my hair while I do this. I probably should put that glove back on. Probably should. Especially, when you're using thick, oily products like the shea butter, like it's like hot grease, basically. You don't want to squeeze some hot grease in your hair, burn yourself while you're doing this. Want to take care of our nerves and our fingers, all the things of health, not burning up our fingers just because we want a hairstyle, and it's not necessary to do that. So you can see how well this works. Like, look how straight it's getting. My blow dry wasn't even, super straight. It was like a fluffy blow dry, like a volumizing blow dry. So I got 2 of those sections done. What I'm gonna do, and some of my roots are still a little curly, so I'm gonna go back in after that, after I finish. But I'm gonna twist this out of the way while I work on the next sections. I do tend to start sweating. I sweat easily. Um, so I don't want this to be reverting back while I'm working on the rest of my hair. And I can see the lighting isn't the very best, but hopefully you can see the difference. So it's actually beneficial to break up your like different routines when it comes to straightening your hair, because the fact that I went in and twisted my hair up last night makes it so that I don't have to be sectioning like a whole lot while I'm trying to straighten, because it's already in flat twisted sections. And like I said, you give your hair a break, give it some rest in between all the things that you're doing to it. When you're straightening, you don't want to overstress your hair. Try with, I just feel like I'm gonna try this again, but I like the tension that I can put on my hair when I have the glove on, because I can actually pull. This brush did a good job for this section because I felt like it was somewhat more curly. So I was able to get more tension with this section. But if you already have like a pretty straight blow dry, you're trying to use the brush, you probably have to like put some extra tension on with your hand, not just the brush, when you're using the chasing technique. It was still nice to use the chase method with the Tymo, just to, get even more benefit of straightening while you're doing this. All right. I'm going backwards this time. Just play around with it and see like which angle is better for you. When you're straightening, is it better to go in the front of this section, in the back of this section, or maybe you need to do both if you're not getting both sides like you need to. Like, it's nice if you can do one pass, but for this, I'm finding that I'm needing more than one pass to get it where I want it to be. All right, moving on. So I'm in the second to last section on the side of my hair now. And my ends still have a lot of texture in them from my blow dry. So it's all good though. It's all good. I'm gonna re-glove my hand. The glove is nice because you really can't get like right up on the machine for a while before it really starts burning. It really does make a difference. I'm sweating so much. And I did put like olive oil on my face too. So it's not all sweat. Some sweat. It's just so annoying though. Like I don't like I like to feel my hair and having a glove on the whole time. I want to take it off and put it back on, and it just takes some getting used to if you're used to feeling your hair while you're straightening it. But it's nice. It's nice. Like I said, it just takes getting used to. So I'm using the glove. Just keep your hair stretched while you do this, and you will get a better straightening. And if there's sections that don't need as much, you can pass back through those quickly, but the areas that needed more attention, you might just slow down in those sections. And occasionally try to pull out like excess hair so you can keep the burnt smell down as much as you can. So the fact that like this has the teeth, I think really helps also, because it's kind of like having another comb, even though I'm still using the chase method. I have to do a little finger detangling too, just because if your ends are so curly, you don't want to just rake through them. All right. So again, like the better your blow dry, the less of this extra detangling would be necessary. And I didn't have like the straightest blow dry, but it's okay. It's okay. It just makes a little more work. So my roots need a little bit more at the bottom back here. And it's hard to feel that with a glove on. You can, if you see me doing this too sometimes, what I was just doing is shaking out the extra heat. It was like once it's straight, like just try to get that extra heat off of your strands because it's not really necessary anymore. So just to try to minimize some of the heat exposure that you are giving your hair. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in basically, and I'm about halfway done. Get in the kitchen back there, yeah. The kitchen is good. It's not bad. Alrighty. Alright, so that's the first half. Then we'll move on to the second half. over here. I'll turn. But this side, maybe on this side, I'll go from back to front. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Once you get used to doing your hair a lot, you can start using your hands for your eyes. Like, I'm not using like a back mirror right now. I'm just using my sense of touch. I used to do my hair so much. Like I used to keep my hair protective styled in high school so much. I got used to doing it without seeing it. And your sense of touch comes into use once you use it for so long. Okay. These roots a little bit more. I'm gonna just clip that side up. I didn't even twist that one. Didn't quite get it in the clip good enough. It was falling back down. Okay. Yeah. You gotta be careful. I push this button with my finger and turn it off. So you just make sure it's where you want it to be. Because sometimes the buttons are just in an inconvenient place on these machines. And I don't know if this one has a lock feature where you can actually lock the temperature into place. But if you're not careful, you might end up turning it off. All right, my plan at the end of this is to go back through and do a global sweep of my hair once I get done straightening the sections. Try to get more of the roots that didn't get got that well. Let me hair loose. No knots. No devilish knots. Leave my hair alone. Please start at the ends of your hair and work your way up to avoid further tangling and damage and stuff. See, I took that glove off. That glove is sitting down and I need to put it back on again. It gives your hair movement too. That, and I guess the shea butter that weighs it down. Like, it's not like, you know, feathery. It's kind of heavy because of the shea butter, but I don't mind. Like I said, it's protected. So if it's protected and I have to deal with laying it down some, that's fine. Because I want my curl pattern to come back when I'm done. Okay. I used to straighten my hair up like all the time when I was relaxed. And I would hear people saying like, "Oh, I straighten my hair once a year on YouTube and stuff," and I was like, I can't. Like, it seems like it would be a pretty hard feat to not straighten my hair because, like I said, it was a thing. It was like every day or however, it was very close together, and that heat is just not ideal in a lot of cases for your hair. So especially if you're not protecting it well. But I'm thankful I've gotten away from relaxers, and I have since 2009. Cut my hair. My hair was super short when I got the relaxer out of it. It was like so small. And it has been a journey for sure. I've had definitely my progress and setbacks. Just like with life, and you learn and you mature. Sometimes we make the same mistakes and have to grow from those things. I feel like there's like a hair. Okay. See how that glove comes right off? I like my sense of touch, people. I do. All right. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah. Those ends, you see how textured they are? That's what happens if you don't get a good blow dry in. And I've still been over here tangling up. So be careful too that you're not forcing the tools through your hair when your ends are like that. If you have to stop and detangle again, do that because you don't want to. You want to make sure you're not snatching and putting like excess tension on the rest of your hair strand because of the ends getting stuck. Because I've done that before and I've pulled hair out because the ends were like curled up, and I just kept pulling. Like it's better to take the tool out. I know it's inconvenient, but take it out, detangle the ends, or get the ends and then work your way back up toward the roots once it's already detangled. But don't like force it through. And the ends are not ready for it because they can pull your hair out from the roots. And if you're trying to grow your hair and keep it healthy, it's not something you want to make a practice of. What's your go-to tool for straightening your hair if you straighten it? It's okay if you don't. You don't have to. It's okay if you do and you keep it healthy. What's your go-to tool? What do you like about it? What settings do you tend to use? Comment. Comment below. Start the conversation up in the community. Let my hair go. There's so many things to like protect your hair from. You saw that clip was just like pulling my hair. Like, don't do that. Don't wrap yourself around my hair. Don't be a friend of me to my hair. Just be a friend. Okay. Almost done with the main part. And I'm sweating. I need to move. Something's gotta give here. Because my neck is starting to sweat too. Yeah, I don't, we ain't trying to do that. I'm not trying to revert everything. Well, it's not gonna revert everything. That's dramatic, but I'm trying to keep it straight. That's what the purpose of this whole thing is. Right. All right, moving on. Does anybody else sweat like this when you're doing your hair? I need to put the cloth back on. This has some of its own tension because of those curly ends. Sweating. I'm using this like headband thing to wipe my things. All right. If you have come up with a tried and true method to not get single strand knots, people call them fairy knots, I should just call them demon knots. Like, those things are not cool. Like, if you get those, or if you stop getting those because of something you're doing, please let me know what you're doing. Do not like them. They're not friends, fun. They're not nice. They're not my friends. Only time is maybe if there's a split end and they make it at the end of a split end. But I was looking at the knots themselves, but it didn't seem like a lot of those strands that actually had knots in them were split ends. They were just knots. I'm gonna go up and So I have a Christian concert tonight, and I've been wanting to straighten my hair for a while anyway, but I haven't also been wanting to run into weather with it. Like, I don't want to straighten my hair and then it rains like the same day or the next day or something. So the weather matters. It's actually nice being natural when it rains, because when your hair is in its natural state, not its straightened state, when it's straightened, and it's like counterproductive to straighten it, and it's like rainy and humid and stuff outside. Last section before I do my global sweep of straightening. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and straighten it. I have a Christian concert tomorrow, too, Lord willing. I appreciate the gift of worship. And I just really enjoy music. I always grew up with music in the house. Well, I guess I shouldn't say always, because it does seem like there was a season where it's like there wasn't as much music, or multiple seasons, but I grew up with music. I grew up in church, and music was a big part of our household. And then I was in kids choir, I used to sing with family at home. We had family in Louisiana even that we get to hear sing once in a while because we lived up here, traveled down south sometimes to see family. And music is just a beautiful thing that God created and gave to us to share in. I was watching this movie recently, and I think it's in this movie where they were talking about how, like, the music in heaven, like these people who've had these near death or after death experiences, and how the music in heaven is like, we can't even compare earthly music to it. Like, it's so just supernatural. Can you imagine? Like, that's going to be awesome. Awesome. We're living this life to live again. This is not it. This is not it. You gotta live to be with Jesus. Yay. Praise God. I'm gonna clean up this part right here. A lot of times I like to do a side part, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll leave it in the middle this time. Here, clean that up. I'm just gonna comb through it. And while you're doing this, like, you kind of assess for, like, I felt something catching in here. You might not want to just pull through that because there might be a knot somewhere that you need to, like, get out. Instead of just pulling through it, it might be some hair tied together. Maybe just pull through it. It could cause breakage. Right into a nasty little. I think this one's a single strand knot, so I'm gonna cut it off because I don't like those things. You're not my friend. Okay. So, thank you, Jesus. I can feel there's some roots up here that need some more attention. But overall, I can get a comb through it, which is definitely not always the case with my natural hair. Okay. If you want to get more volume, like after you straighten your hair, use a big tooth comb and then kind of pick up on it while you comb through it to lift your roots up some. And give you a little more volume. See the difference? You can do more if you want. All right. So sweep through. So I'm gonna go big sections now and go back through and kind of clarify what needs to be touched up again. Get those roots. I don't want to stay in it too long this time around. It's already straight. Just want to get some more of the parts that need attention. And at this time too, if you are looking to clarify. My brother's talking to me. Oh, can you text me? I'm doing the video. Can you text me? I'm doing the video. I'll be done after a while. Thanks. That's my brother back there talking to me. Maybe he didn't know I was making a video, but he's been very helpful. My vehicle has been having some issues, and he was working on it for me. So thank God for brothers. All right. Yeah. I'm sweating. Don't want my hair to get in the sweat, people. So good thing to do if you're sweating like me, like this, is probably, I probably should have the side that I'm not working on clipped up. Ouch, burning my ear. Hot shea butter on my ear. What was I saying? Oh, probably would be to wrap your hair after you're done with it. Or put it in some kind of style where you can apply gentle tension to it to keep it from reverting until your sweat stops sweating. So that your own sweat isn't reverting your hair back before you even get to like enjoy it being straight. We're straightening your hair in a cool place. Lots of faces today, y'all. Lots of faces on my end. It's happening. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. Ouch. That's why this is important. Hot shea butter is like hot grease. Remember that. That's my sweat. Mm-hmm. All right. And if you want to like bump your ends, you can somewhat. This isn't the best tool for doing that, but you can. You can like put it on your hair, give it a little bit of tension, and then just kind of curl it around some. I find that easier to do with a flat iron. But yeah, if you want to do that, I think you can. So I'm like kind of burning up right now. I want to take it down. But my sweat is already like getting to my hair. So I might just put it up for now and let myself cool off, go get some fresh air or at least outside of this smoky hair straightening atmosphere, because I'm sweating. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Maybe it'll give you some methods that you can change from what you've been doing to straighten your hair already. If you found something you found it helpful, please like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not. Comment down below what you found helpful or what you think I would find helpful. And keep growing, ladies and little girls. Thanks for watching.